Hello, everyone. This is HA After Dark, and what can I tell you? My goal this evening is to give you as many happy face emojis as possible while talking about how many sick and unhappy face emojis the FBI had. The FBI had a lot of unhappy emojis when talking about Trump. It was very, very bad. They were very unhappy. And let's go ahead. DOJ watchdog report sheds light on love lives of two love lives on HA After Dark. FBI love lives, including emoticons and emojis. There was no bias at all, only unhappy, sick, angry face emojis. Other than that, zero bias, zero bias, zero bias. Hello, Thailand. Hello, everyone watching from around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Thank you so much. And let's get started. DOJ watchdog report sheds light on love lives of two more anti-Trump FBI employees and their emoticons. Yes. Agent 5, as referenced in the watchdog report, has been identified as FBI attorney Sally Ann Moyer. So these aren't your father's FBI agents. These aren't the old school FBI agents. You know, could you imagine J. Edgar Hoover with emojis? I don't think so. We got 109 people, 121 people 2 minutes in the middle of the night. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the wonderful, kind words. And the interesting thing, and to the super chat people, let me know what you want to talk about. And I just want to thank you. You help power these live streams and give me the incentive to keep on going. Australia, thank you for watching, Australia. And all right, so let's go on. So let's talk about happy face. Well, I want you to have happy face emojis while we talk about the mad and angry and sad and hurtful face emojis. So the Justice Department watchdog's bombshell report on the FBI's actions in the Hillary Clinton email investigation shed light on anti-Trump texts from two other FBI employees beyond Bureau lovebirds Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. So it wasn't just Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. They're starting a new thing called FBI Wanna Set You Up.com. It's a new website. Because that's what they do. They hook up. That's all they do is hook up and hate on Trump. Hate on Trump first, then hook up while they're doing it. I guess it's like foreplay, or I don't even know what. Like maybe it gets them turned on. Who knows? But they just hate on Trump, and they hook up. So let's go ahead. We got 100. We have almost 200 people. It's a couple minutes in. All four worked under the leadership of former FBI Director James Comey, looking into Clinton's use of a private server for government business while she was Secretary of State during the Obama administration. I love, though, like, the whole concept of this insane scandal. No other country and no other time period in American history would anyone have allowed the Secretary of State to have a server outside the U.S. government or a channel of communication outside the U.S. government for even top secret material. It would never have been allowed during the Cold War. Never from 1945 to 1990. It would never have been allowed. And even after, up until the Clintons, it wouldn't even have been allowed in Bill Clinton's era. But let's continue. And there's nothing wrong with the way this is written. It's a great article. It's talking about sad and sick face emojis and emoticons. The FBI was upset and they put unhappy face emoticons. Well, they were patriots in the NYPD and patriots in the New York field office of the FBI. So, and I just today, when the you know what goes down, just remember the live stream from today of Clinton getting indicted and a Daily Mail article talking about it. It's actually a Daily Mail article of an Associated Press article stating that Clinton would get indicted if they found evidence of bias, which there's immense evidence. Paul Espinoza, thank you. There's a video of Richard Goodstein and Jason Chaffetz on Laura Ingraham tonight, and he tears a new hole into him. It's a must watch. It won't disappoint. You know what? Maybe we can go ahead and in a moment we can go. Hopefully we can go ahead in a moment and maybe get that video. I'm just going to go ahead and read this. Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he's hilarious. He is hilarious. Paul Espinoza, thank you so much, Paul. We're going to get to that in a second. I would like to get to that. Laura Ingraham. Okay. So let's continue, but I will definitely get to that. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. I would love to see that debate, and we'll see that in a couple minutes. Aside from the frequent texting between Strzok, an FBI agent, and Page, a bureau lawyer assigned to the Office of General Counsel, two others labeled Agent 1 and Agent 5 on Comey's team were in a personal relationship that predated Operation Midyear. Now, why would they say predated Operation Midyear? No, I assumed that Strzok and Page were stooping before Operation Midyear, before the Clinton email probe too. But apparently these people were dating each other for a long time also. The FBI name for the investigation, Clinton email investigation. So this is fantastic. This is really fantastic. Okay. Paul Espinoza, watch the last 2 minutes. Thank you. I definitely will. Thank you. We're gonna get to this, and then we're gonna watch the behind whooping. All right. So thank you, Paul. We're gonna get to that in just a second or a couple minutes, or after this, the emoji thing. So, according to the Office of the Inspector General OIG report on page 411, agents 1 and 5 also were consumed with texting, even using sick face emoticons when sharing their disgust for then candidate Donald Trump and his supporters. Smelly, sick face. Sick face. The report noted that Agent 1 and 5 married each other after the 2016 election? So they're married? What's going on here? You're getting the cheese man, the 411 from HA After Dark. Wait a second, they're married? No one ever said that they were married. Now we find out they're married? The report noted that the Agent 1 and Agent 5 married each other after 2016 election, so they're married. What? Okay. Good. In addition, the OIG report noted neither Agent 1 nor Agent 5 was assigned to the FBI's Russia investigation or the Special Counsel investigation. Oh, that's fantastic. Except they hated Trump so much. Where one of them's like, oh, I wish I could have done more, and long live the resistance. And oh, by the way, it just happened. They were never going to, apparently they were never going to indict Clinton with all these sick face emojis. We got 341 people here, and it's 9 minutes in. Thank you for watching from around the world: UK, Ireland, Australia, Nepal, New Zealand, Thailand, Pakistan, Israel, West Bank, everywhere. UAE, wherever you're watching. So let's go ahead. Fox News can confirm the identity of Agent 5, Sally Ann Moyer. Her husband is Agent 1. So that's Kevin Kleinsmith, right? He was one of two. Hold on. This is like a SAT problem here. All right. So the report noted that Agent 1 and Agent 5 married each other after the 2016 election. In addition, the OIG report noted that neither Agent 1 nor Agent 5. Okay. So I'm assuming that Agent 1 is Kevin Kleinsmith, Mr. Bearman. Yes. Fox News can confirm the identity of Agent 5. Sally Ann Moyer, her husband, is Agent 1. This is like who's on first. He was one of 2 FBI agents who interviewed Hillary Clinton at FBI headquarters on July 2nd, 2016. So he was with Peter Strzok. That's fantastic. Moyer is an attorney who was assigned to work for Tricia Anderson, the FBI's Office of Deputy General Counsel. The married agents still work for the Bureau. Well, of course they do. They're only, found out. Sarah Peters, thank you. Thank you, Sarah Peters. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah Peters. All right. So Moyer is an attorney. So the FBI did not immediately respond to Fox News' request for comment. During last week's hearing with the DOJ Inspector General Michael E. Horowitz, Representative Mark Meadows questioned Horowitz. The congressman brought up one exchange suggesting the FBI gave false information to the IG about Agent 5, whom he identified as Sally Moyer, saying she was not working in counterintelligence, which is basically why they said, well, you can't see her. She's working in counterintelligence. No, she wasn't. She's in a different department. So Moyer and Agent 1, whose name has not been officially confirmed. Okay, so now we know. So this is like an SAT problem. So this is not. So who's Kevin Kleinsmith? Okay, now we're getting to the bottom. Panner 23, thank you. Thank you, Panner 23. Thank you. Thank you. So Kevin Kleinsmith is another. Okay, so which agent is Kevin Kleinsmith? Okay, now we're finally finding out. He's the guy who wrote Long Live the Resistance. Oh, okay, so he's FBI attorney too. Oh my God. If you're keeping score at home. Okay. So Kevin Kleinsmith is FBI attorney too. I'm sorry. I always thought that Moyer and Kleinsmith were an item. Moyer's married. Well, how was I to know? How the heck am I supposed to know? All these people are anonymous. FBI agent 2.67. I don't know. So they weren't. So I was saying they were hooking up. It's an FBI dating service. It is, but apparently they're dating and getting married. Kind of like a lot of the dating services. Okay, so Kevin Kleinsmith is FBI attorney too, and Sally Moyer is Agent 1. No, Agent 5. And Agent 5 is married to Agent 1. We don't know who Agent 1 is. Eric Taylor. So okay. So now we're getting to the good stuff. Crazy Carl. Thank you, Crazy Carl. Thank you. Thank you, Crazy Carl. Sarah Peters. Tired of all the MF snakes in my MF government. Sarah Peters, we all are. And old Sessions are just waiting. Just give me enough time. I'll hang them by their own subpoenas. Subpoena. I mean, documents. Hello. Subpoena documents. Subpoena. SUB. Okay. So, okay, now we find out. So I'm sorry. Because I don't know. They're so confusing. So Agent 5 is married to Agent 1. Agent 1 was, now follow me on this. was the FBI agent with Peter Strzok, who had brunch with Clinton and asked, "Well, what's the C mean, Madam Secretary?" And she said catnip, and they were fine with it. Catnip? Okay. Where you did not mean to do anything. And Agent One, by the way, and Peter Strzok never asked her, "How did you transfer top secret and special access program intelligence? And did you do so from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs? And did you, by the way, Madam Secretary, know that you would be getting information from SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs?" And if she says no, she's a fool, and there's probably definitely documentation or documentary evidence where she signed off on, yes, I know how to handle classified intelligence. But if she says yes, then it's game over. Okay, so you knew that you were going to get information from SIPRNet, then why did you use your outside server? Because that's a crime under the Espionage Act. Even under gross negligence, it's U.S. Code 793F. So some people are like, well, where's the statute? Where's the legal statute? Oh, the legal statute is 793F. That's for just the, if someone's stupid, they don't even know what they're doing, and they accidentally take classified intelligence. Yeah, and then you get, James Moyer stuffing the New York Times. It's a giant love fest of hate Trump. They're probably hooking up and telling each other how much they hate Trump while it's happening. Anyway, enjoy the evening with those visuals. But anyway, so during last week's House hearing with DOJ Inspector General Michael Horowitz, Representative Mark Meadows questioned Horowitz. The congressman brought up one exchange suggesting the FBI gave false information to the IG, which they did. Agent 5 was never on counterintelligence. They had no right to hide the information. As always, they're hiding information. As always, they're lying. And so Moyer and Agent 1, whose name has not been officially confirmed, were not shy about using emoticons. This shirt, by the way, Misfits, it's punk band. That's why, like, some people are like, well, why are you wearing a shirt with a skull on it? Just a punk band. Moyer and Agent 1, whose name has not yet been officially confirmed, were not shy about using emoticons on their FBI-issued devices. These mafia bosses were getting sad face. Their text messages exploded on October 28th after the FBI reopened the email investigation. Because the only reason that old Comey, Lion Comey, the 6'8" Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the only reason that he reopened the investigation was because, I don't know, he was afraid of patriots, real patriots, true patriots in the New York field office of the FBI and the NYPD. And these people will forever be remembered. We don't know who they are, but we'll eventually find out who these heroes are. And they'll be, remembered as heroes who saved us from Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation being embedded in the U.S. government. I mean, the only reason Comey wrote the letter is because and that's another lie. He said he didn't trust Loretta Lynch. But the hilarious thing is that there's information about Loretta Lynch and Debbie Wasserman Schultz within the IG report, within the U.S. government, that's classified as top secret or beyond top secret. That the U.S. that it's almost like SAP level that the IG couldn't get. So there's like 30 to 40% of all of the insane scandal the IG didn't get to, because he didn't even go ahead and get the security clearance to read all of Clinton's emails that she unintentionally transferred. So we got 565 people 20 minutes in. This is what, in the middle of the night. So Agent 5, don't want to offend anyone, but this is what he wrote. Agent 5, Jesus Christ, Trump, glad FBI is fixing horrible mistake on Clinton emails. For F's sake. Agent 5, the F's sake part was me, the rest was Trump. Agent 1, not sure if Trump or the fifth floor is worse. Ha! Fifth floor of the FBI or State Department? The State Department, seventh floor. They all have these floors that I'm sick of both. Glad FBI. Oh, Trump said, glad FBI is fixing horrible mistake on Clinton emails for F's sake. So they were, okay, ladies and gentlemen, okay. Hello, everyone. If you've just tuned in, we found the most important part of all of this. You want to know what the most important part of all of this is? With 601 people watching, we got the same agent. Agent 5 speaking to hubby. Jesus Christ. And then she links to Trump, like an article. And the article was what Trump said. Trump said, glad FBI is fixing horrible mistake on Clinton emails. For F's sake. And so she's upset that this little tiny issue called Clinton emails that was a danger to national security of epic proportions. Oh, how dare Trump relive this? I mean, there's only 18 classified emails on Anthony Weiner's computer, while there's pictures of him. Yeah, exactly. So, so 1 in 5 are married. Sally Moyer is Agent 5. And FBI Attorney 2 is Kleinsmith. Nice. Paul Espinoza. Very nice. By the way, I got my concealed carry here in Texas, and shooting is a way of life, and it's liberating. I'm glad you came over. You're always welcome. Paul Espinoza, thank you. That's awesome. If I could get, concealed carry in LA is very difficult to get. Very difficult. Who knows? Maybe I can get it one day, or maybe I'll apply for it. But on YouTube, I love watching like the different, concealed carry, like the different firearms that people like. But there's even channels like Special Operations, what those guys carry for concealed carry. It's really interesting. Very cool. Paul Espinoza, thank you. Very cool. Yeah, I love it. I actually have been, the live streams are actually taking me away from my other channel. But I'm going to hit the rifle range a lot next week, and I'm going to upload some really great stuff. I'm going to try some ARs, and some other cool stuff, cool firearms as well. Anyway, thank you, Paul Espinoza. Thank you, and congrats on the concealed carry. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so Agent 5, Trump, can you, for F's sake, can you believe he's happy that Comey is basically, can you believe he's happy that Comey is reopening the investigation? Agent 5, the F's sake part was me, the rest was Trump. Agent 1, not sure if Trump or the fifth floor is worse. I'm sick of both. Agent 5. Oh, okay, so the sick face emoticon, Trump. Sick face, sick face emoticon, fifth floor. Sick face emoticon. FBI. Ooh, what? Sick face emoticon. Average American public. What the was that about? Sick face emoticon. Average American public. There we go again. Peter Strzok. I have to go ahead and walk and smell these people. It's bad enough I make only enough money to shop at Walmart. I should be shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue. But here I'm shopping with smelly Southern Virginia Smelly, smelly Trumpers. So he hates the average Joe. And then, so Agent 5 said, unhappy face emoji, American public. Unbelievable. Blonde in the belly of the beast. Thank you for your diligence, HA. Been loving these Night Owl streams. Thank you. Thank you so much. Blonde in the belly of the beast. Thank you. I think, yeah, I love these because I have a different crowd each each live stream, which I love. I love the feel of each crowd, and the HA After Dark crowd is just awesome. I mean, these discussions are just, I mean, sometimes I'll peek and watch like what people are talking about, and it's awesome. Now they have sick emojicons for, but Belly and the Beast, thank you. Blonde Belly and the Beast, thank you. Azalipat, thank you so much. Check Freethinker's message. Well, thank you so much for your kind, for your generosity, and for supporting this channel. Freethinker's message. Where is Freethinker's message? Freethinker's message. Check Freethinker's message. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, so check Freethinker's message. Mike Sherman, thank you so much. Thank you, Mike Sherman. Thank you very, very much, Mike Sherman. Thank you, Mike. So check Freethinker's message. Let me see if there's a Freethinker up here. Okay, so just remove this person. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's go ahead. Freethinkers. Okay, so so I'm gonna, if you could let me know, Zali Pat, where I can check the Freethinkers message, but I want to appreciate this. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. But let me know where I can check Freethinkers message. So when people like, so one critique of me is like, oh, nothing H.A. Goodman says happens, but the reality is most of what I said either happens or I have the pulse of what's going on. That's just fact. I said that Clinton would not win. She didn't win. I said Trump would be, you know, the Trump-Russia thing is nonsense. It's all nonsense. I said it was a cover-up from the very, right when I found out the FBI. And it was a cover-up. I actually wrote in the Daily Caller. Azalipat, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Azalipat. There's no message, though, on here, but thank you very much for your support of this channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right early on, I said the whole thing with the Trump, Russia was complete nonsense. I said the Steele dossier was complete nonsense. Now BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. All of this is coming crashing down. I'll be right again about the Clinton indictments. What people don't like, a lot of times people don't like my style because my style is specifically tailored to just pierce through the dominant propaganda. So what I do is, if they're like, if the dominant world is, well, Clinton is untouchable, she'll never get touched, I say, no, she's a human being. She's a human being. And you cannot sustain continual criminal behavior. You cannot sustain continual criminal behavior. And you cannot also then call Trump a criminal without saying, without even alluding to a crime that he actually committed. Working with Russia is not a crime. Well, what did he do? Did he pay prostitutes as they were peeing on him with a check? Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you. Here's a check. Here's a check. How much? How much for the Russian hackers? No. No. So when people are like, some people don't like, you know, the way I do things, but that's okay. That's okay. Everyone is entitled. So The OIG report also notes that one day after, so basically they're like unhappy face or sick face American public. So we're the poor schlumps that are like, hey, you know, we don't like Clinton. Apparently they were okay with Clinton. Just apparently they were really okay. I love you guys too. All of you guys, guys and gals. Thank you. I love you all watching. Thank you. Apparently they were just okay with Hillary Clinton just going ahead and just using a server outside the United States government. This is the FBI. They're supposed to protect us. God forbid. We already know it was hacked. We just don't know who hacked what and how they could use that to hurt us. Ever thought of that, Democrats? Who hacked what and how can they possibly hurt us? Ever thought of that, Democrats? The OIG report also notes that one day after Comey's July 5th, 2016 announcement declaring Clinton had been extremely reckless but not grossly negligent, Agent 1 was bragging about his participation in Clinton's interview at FBI headquarters. Unbelievable. That gets me very unhappy face emoji. I'm very angry emoji now. This is unbelievable. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Alan Walters. Thank you. Thank you, Alan Walters. Mitch Kurtz. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. Thank you, Alan Walters. Thank you, Mitch Kurtz. Thank you, Azali Pat. Thank you again. Check Free Thinker's message. I wish I could do that. I don't even know what that is, but Agent 1 was bragging. Well, isn't that special? Isn't that special? So he's bragging about how he, I don't know, sabotaged the election with Peter Strzok. And then Agent 1, Agent 5, FBI Attorney 2, they're all going to go before Congress. It's going to take a while, ladies and gentlemen, or it could take sooner than expected. But it's going to take a certain time period before this happens. Yeah, that where all of this is going to be flushed out into the open. That's why, you know, we can go look back, which he does get indicted, and the Wizard of Oz is like pulled, like the curtain is pulled, and we see that, you know, oh my goodness, it was, all of this was, you know, she was human after all. It was just all a game, and the game's over. Game over, man. Just like in Aliens 2. Game over, man. Game over. All of it it was a game, and now we know. Now we know that FBI Agent 1 was bragging about his work with Peter Strzok. The reason that he was bragging is because Clinton's interview was a joke. They did not ask how she transferred the top secret and special access program intelligence. Oh, okay. Azalipat, thank you. Oh, okay. So hold on one second. Free Thinkers message. Okay, so I will check that in my email. So, okay. Oh, there's the message. Thank you. All right, I'll read this a little bit later. I'll read this a bit later, but I'll mark that so I remember to read it. Okay. Thank you, Azalipat. Thank you. Okay, I will check that out. I will check that out. I'll check it out. Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support of this channel. Spinster, the deep state is going down. The NSA has it all. Game over. Game over, man. Rejoice. Well, I added the game over, man. Rejoice. The swamp rats are scared. Spinster, you're 100% right. Spinster, you're 100% right. And we have 723 people, 727. And it's in the middle of the night. And here's the funny thing. YouTube is a good barometer. Spinster is 100% right. And I'm going to explain something that relates to what Spinster is saying. And I'm going to relate what Spinster is saying to this right here, which gets me really angry. I can't tell you how angry I am. I'm so angry right now. I'm going to just whip out these subpoenas all over the place and throw it at them. So upset. Subpoena, S-U-B-P-O-E-N-A-E-O. Yes, okay. Anyway, the OIG report also notes that Agent 1 was bragging about his participation in Clinton's interview at FBI headquarters. So all of them are implicated in a gigantic conspiracy of individuals. And YouTube is a very interesting barometer. This channel, or let's just say channels, political channels, but this channel in particular, when there's like an undercurrent of interest, usually like something also, revelations take place that you're like, oh my God, I thought this never happened. Or so all throughout the election, I was getting, ladies and gentlemen, it's interesting. All throughout the election, I was averaging like, because I was one of the few people talking about WikiLeaks, and I was one of the few people saying that Clinton would lose, and I was one of the few people just talking about a lot of things, but all like I just used, not to pat myself on the back, but it's just, I always use reputable sources. So I was like 100,000 views, 200,000 views per, and I had only 50,000 subs at that point. But it was like 100,000 views, 200,000 views. Now, so that was the lead up to the election that she lost. Oh my God. So there are people infatuated with me, which is fine. But you can just ignore the haters because they keep on changing their profile, which is hilarious. Hold on one second. So let me just see something. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, so Michael Gerard too. I don't know. I don't really. I tell you, I actually know some really good people who are Freemasons, and it's an organization, but I don't really think that like there's that thing. I don't think that anybody would be kicked out of government. But I know a couple people, and they're pretty good people. So, but I know different people, like different organizations. Doesn't mean that they're like doing bad things or whatever. It's just their organization. They do charity work. So, Bruce Smith, thank you, Bruce. Brennan Twitter post 18 hours ago is disturbing. Did he coach Strzok for tomorrow? Is he trying to find a GOP leader to lie about Trump? I think he's going to make a move. So let's go ahead and, okay, so real quick. So before we continue with the best part of doing this, continually proving the haters wrong and continually making haters realize that your success probably irks them. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that fantastic to have your success anger the trolls and the haters? It's pretty good. Notice, and you know, like in your life and my life, we don't obsess over other people. But if you're focused on other people that like, you're like, oh yeah, don't like this person, that says something about you. This person's really bad. Meanwhile, Clinton is actually committing crimes and legal statutes directly related to those crimes. Rudy Giuliani has what, like 20 statutes for the bribery and racketeering, and people are okay with that. I don't understand. So let's go to John O'Brien. John O'Brien. He is such a statesman. He's a statesman. Bruce Smith, thank you. So Spinster, thank you. The deep state is going down. Absolutely. Bruce Smith, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and, so what did Brennan say? He retweets, okay. When special counsel's work is done, the Republican Party must have its modern-day equivalent of Watergate heroes. What? Howard Baker, Elliot Richardson, okay, and John Dean, who will put this country, fellow citizens, in the law above one person, above any one person, including real Donald Trump. Okay, Watergate, the culprits here are Democrats, and John Brennan is one of the he's one of the plumbers who went ahead and Swanky B, thank you. So Bruce Smith, thank you for it. And so John Brennan is one of the people who Nixon would have loved so much. Bruce Smith, Spinster, thank you. Swanky B, the poop the poop emoji will now replace the donkey as a symbol of the Democratic Party. Pretty much. The poop emoji. The poop emoji is the Democratic Party. The poop emoji is the Democratic Party, and they basically put a poop emoji for the American people, the FBI. Could you believe this crap? Why did they do that? That's the problem that really angers me. So Swanky B, yes. But let's link that, the poop emoji. Why did they put an emoji? Why did they put a sad face emoji or whatever, stupid emoji or whatever? Why did they do that regarding the American people? That bothers me. Oh my God, it gets worse. I thought that was the end of the article. I won't be able to sleep tonight. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. It gets worse. It gets a lot worse. The OIG report also notes that one day after Comey's July 5th, okay, Agent 1 was bragging about his participation. On July 6th, Agent 1 texted yet another FBI employee, I am done interviewing the president. You interviewed the president? You know HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton. What the is that about? Future President Trump can't win. Demographics don't line up. America has changed. It's like, did you ever think that Trump would have 30% of Latinos, Asian voters, also black voters, almost 10% of black voters, 30% of Latinos, 30% of Jews? Did you ever think that he's probably going to get a greater percentage of minorities? So thank you, Swanky B. And thank you, everyone. The only blue wave I see is in the toilet bowl. Yes. Trump's support is growing. And it's not my fault. It's the Democrats. And Trump's good economy and foreign policy that was much better than Obama's foreign policy. Much better. People say he's still militant. Much better. Didn't say he was Jill Stein. Said better. He's less militant. Very difficult for simple logic to seep into the brains of Democrats or liberals. Simple logic. Better doesn't mean best. Means better. Means less hawkish doesn't mean Dalai Lama. Means less hawkish. But you can't expect Democrats to use logic. Their brains have been warped by decades of Bill and Hillary. So FBI Agent 1, the hubby of FBI Agent 5, was with Strzok. Clinton now, every day, for sure, there's no doubt she's going to get indicted. There's no doubt she's going to get indicted. 780 people watching this live stream. We have 45 minutes in. It's the middle of the night, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what my secret weapon is? HA secret weapon. The HA After Dark secret weapon. And I love Australia, and I love one very famous and renowned and wonderful Australian, Julian Assange. And I want him to be free. But Australia, Aussie 100%, thank you. Jeff McDaniel 100, HA, watch the plan to save the world. It points out they have it all. Okay. Watch the plan to save the world. It points out they have it all. I'll check that out. Thank you, Jeff McDaniel 100. Thank you. Thank you. But the interesting thing here is that the Peter Strzok, and now we're going to find out who Agent 1 is. It's been said that, and this is a good thing regarding the Clinton email investigation. Richard Branson was interviewed, and he said he had a lunch with Trump a while, like years and years back. And Trump was talking about, you know, that he always remembers people who try to hurt him, something of that nature. Like he always remembers. He doesn't forget. So he doesn't forget, and that type of personality also, from what I understand, Trump does not drink. So does not drink. So he had a brother who was an alcoholic, but Trump said, so Trump doesn't drink. He doesn't get drunk. And that's an important Seitz brothers struggle with alcohol. So that's an important part of the equation too. And people are going to say, well, HA, what does that even mean? Why are you even bringing that up? That's stupid. It's important. You have a situation where if Trump doesn't drink, that says something about his personality. It says something that, like him being brash, and a lot of what he does is entertainment value. So, John O'Brien, you mean he doesn't drink? He doesn't have a tequila? He doesn't have shots of whiskey? Or of Red Bull and vodka? Or of Jello shots? He doesn't lick Jello shots from the wonderful body parts of people? What kind of man is he? His kekatocracy will not be available any longer. Wayne Ferguson, possible, because HR knows on government they won't indict. That is possible too, but also, so Wayne Ferguson, thank you. So the thing with Hillary is that Nixon had dirt on people too. So, and Bill Clinton had dirt on people. The thing is, she's not that powerful. She's just protected by a system that her husband helped create, that she and her husband helped create. But that system is crumbling, both from within and from outside. I mean, in terms of the Democratic Party is crumbling from within, and Trump is actually doing a good job as president. And then the Clinton Foundation is not raking in the same money. So, but the really important thing is that, so Richard Branson was saying, yeah, Trump doesn't forget the people that hurt him. Hillary not only tried to hurt him, and he's sick and unhappy. Whoa. Not only trying to hurt him, but after also going after his family. I mean, ruining people around him. This is, you know, political retribution from Clinton's part. Her retribution was creating this devastating propaganda storm to give people who voted for her some reprieve or some, you know, like some emotional stability after their loss. It was like a giant therapy session. They could blame Russia, and they did. And now we're finding out that, oh, all of these people were lying. There was no evidence. BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. No, you know, there's no evidence of anything. So let's see. Hold on one second. So, okay, so let's go ahead really quick. So we got 823 people. Let's continue. You know, the future president, HRC, future pres, Trump can't win. As stated in the OIG, Agent One's responsibility during the Clinton email server investigation, including conducting witness interviews. So this guy, Agent One, is going to make possibly Strzok look like, you know, a Trump supporter. This is just, you know, agent. So we got two Peter Strzok's now. We got two Peter Strzok's. What can I tell you? If you loved Peter Strzok 1, you will love Peter Strzok 2. There's two Peter Strzok's, ladies and gentlemen. One's married to Agent 5. Unbelievable. We got 819 people. It's the middle of the night because all this craziness is happening. So nobody was interviewed. Nobody, they all lied, even within Justin Cooper. They didn't even interview Brian Pagliano. Or they did, they didn't care. They didn't ask him questions. When all of this goes down, it'll be the biggest scandal in U.S., one of the biggest scandals in U.S. history. And you and I will be part of it in terms of documenting. It's not just me, it's you as well. You know, it's you as well. My voice grows as your voice grows as my voice grows, and vice versa. I don't smoke, but I want marijuana to be legal for everyone to partake and enjoy themselves. Especially for cancer patients, it's very, 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 very important to have medicinal marijuana. And people who are suffering from other issues too. Marijuana should be legal. It's much safer than alcohol. Although I don't smoke, I know that. That's just basic logic. It's just basic logic. So, both Agent One and Moyer explained that they believe the text messages were a private outlet. So what? Your behavior was influenced by your bias and hatred. Too bad, you're outed. The OIG report said that these and other text messages between Strzok and Page were never private because they were exchanged on government system devices. A private outlet. So what if they, even if they use their own, they use the Wi-Fi they use the network in the FBI, so it was captured. Too bad for you. The OIG stated both Agent 1 and 5 apologized for their use of instant messaging in this manner and told us they were embarrassed. Well, it's more than just embarrassed. You're in big trouble, politically and legally, because you were bragging about the future president of the United States being Hillary Clinton. You're bragging about how much you hate Trump and people who vote for him. You're bragging about how you interviewed Clinton and you didn't do anything about it, or you know nothing. You calling her the future president. What does that mean? What kind of questions did you ask her for you to believe that she was going to be the future president? The whole thing was an absolute setup. The whole thing was an absolute setup and charade and cover up. So, I mean, we asked Agent 5 how she would respond to someone who read these messages and concluded the opinions expressed in them. Agent 5 said, well, I can see someone who doesn't know us at all saying the same, wondering, I guess, if our political beliefs could have impacted the Clinton email investigation. I can tell you in no way did my political or what I understand of Agent 1, no political anything is going to interfere with us doing our job as professionals. Give me a break. I can see me going into these rants. Give me a break. Of course it does, because you are not working alone. You're working with like-minded people who hate Trump. You even if you believe that you are completely unbiased, if you hate Trump, you're going to then act in a way that a person who is just neutral or objective wouldn't act. That's why you tweet, oh, you brag about, Agent 1 brags about his role in interviewing Clinton. She was exonerated after transferring special access program intelligence outside the US government. Sorry, can't do that. Can't do that. And oh, by the way, Peter Strzok had the same hatred of Trump. So you can't just go ahead and say, oh, so yeah, so I'm done interviewing the president. Give me a break. And then Peter Strzok removes gross negligence. He removes gross negligence, puts careless or reckless. I'm sick of both. What is it that you were? This is like a jury that, like, what kind of these people at the FBI, not like people like in the New York field office or the NYPD or other law enforcement that are good, honorable people, patriots. I'm talking about people like who were texting each other and their lovers and they're married about how much they hate Trump and then saying that they were objective. You cannot be objective if you hate Trump, because you're obviously going to do things like not ask Clinton how she transferred intelligence. No grand jury was used. Why wasn't there a grand jury regarding evidence obtained from Brian Pagliano or Justin Cooper or Cheryl Mills or David Kendall or Heather Samuelson or Paul Gambetta, the Reddit stone tier, or anyone from Platte River or anyone from Dado Inc. or Bill Clinton? How about Bill Clinton? It was supposed to be used for him. None of these people were given immunity like candy. They were given immunity without even an incentive to tell the truth. And oh, by the way, they were never asked how this information was transferred. So Agent 1 and Agent 5 and FBI Attorney 2 and Peter Strzok and McCabe and Comey and all of them aren't fooling anyone. They're not fooling anyone. Oh, well, I know. Well, I was completely unbiased. Sorry, you're already outed. We don't even know how she transferred the intelligence. We don't even know how she transferred the intelligence. The IG didn't even get to that because a lot of they said that they didn't. The IG said that they didn't use a grand jury because the information and the intelligence on her server was so top secret, and so there was so much classified intelligence, and there was so much in terms of SAP intelligence and things you just cannot see that they couldn't find. They couldn't get a jury impaneled because the average citizen couldn't see all of that information. HA Live streams are better when you play dramatic music in the background. That's awesome. I bet that's awesome. Thank you. But now, so NYPD responds to scathing Inspector General report. Let's see this. Oh, this is another. So that's on another front. NYPD released a response to scathing, saying they were working to strengthen and bolster the Special Victims Division while taking issue with some of the IG's findings. That's a different investigation. So you have all of these people who are outed, all of these people who are exposed now, and that's it. I mean, there's really nothing more. There's no more. The proof is obviously that the process is leading towards she's going to get indicted. The process is that eventually there will be justice. It's just a matter of how many people have to be exposed. I love the response. Well, obviously, I didn't. Agent 1, Agent 5. Oh, well, if anyone thinks, I love the indignation from Strzok and Agent 1 and 5 and his clients, all these people. If anyone ever dares say, how dare anyone assume that that we were biased, they were completely professional, then why didn't you ask Brian Pagliano how he set up the server? Oh, well, that wasn't the parameters of the investigation. Really? You were investigating the mishandling of classified intelligence, and you haven't told the American public. Did they take cell phone pics? Did they use a thumb drive? Did they just make Cybernet just flow into her basement server? Why didn't she speak to anyone at Platte River or Dado Inc? How come she was able? She said she didn't know what the C meant. What about the 302s that were altered by Andrew McCabe and Strzok? Potentially. What about the 18 classified emails on Uma Abedim's laptop? The bias and the hatred shown by these people correlates directly to the completely illogical manner in which they went ahead and conducted the investigation. It was an overt cover-up. I wrote in the Daily Caller soon after this, or was it? Yeah, a couple months after, in 2016, that it was almost certainly a cover-up. So I'll give you my Daily Caller article here. Let me go ahead and... So... And this is when calling the Clinton email investigation a cover-up was, people didn't really say that. That was a conspiracy. And now we know. So I just went ahead and tweeted that, but I'm going to share that with you. So that's my article. The L1 brothers, they asked for immunity. So this is my article again. They asked for an immunity deal, and it's just they're on trial for procurement issues and trying to flee the country. But the real issue is the servers, and that They've yet to be charged. So, but I mean, that whole thing is just, once they get to the bottom of, because in my book, but the Alwyn brothers and W. Wasserman Schultz, all of the Awans, Platte River, Dado, Clinton Foundation, it's all about donations to the DNC, to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is not a political organization. It's a money laundering scheme. It's a giant, giant money laundering scheme. And it's just Tammany Hall on steroids. So in the late 1800s, early 1900s, you had corrupt politicians in New York. There was the Gilded Age. You had corrupt politicians in major cities, and you had Tammany Hall in New York. This makes Tammany Hall look like, you know, the teacup ride at Disneyland. On October 26, 2016, in the Daily Caller, I wrote an article. Clinton's FBI email probe was almost certainly a cover-up. And it took me in 2016, and immediately after July 5th, I knew. And the only thing I had been wrong on, so Bread Window 07, John McCain targeting conservatives through IRS. Yeah, I mean, that's horrible. Bread Window 07, thank you. Thank you, Bread Window 07. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. And the interesting thing is, all of these, you're targeting conservatives, or you're targeting organizations you don't like. But at the same time, what does that do for you? It doesn't help you at all. You're trying to ruin people's life through the IRS. It doesn't help you. It actually hurts you. That's the thing with haters. That's the thing with haters. No, freelance. So just I pitch to them and they publish. I don't work for the Daily Caller. But I like Tucker Carlson a lot. I like the people at Daily Caller. They're really awesome. I've been published in publications on the left, The Hill, the Huffington Post Salon, Daily Caller, conservative publication. And so, yeah. So, yeah, I have also a Patreon link, so that's below. So that's in the description for people who want to support me on Patreon. But I'm reading. So you guys are awesome. The super chat is absolutely fantastic. If you want me to go ahead, because I'm kind of winding down now. In the super chat, if you want me to go ahead and address an issue, I will. But we have a situation now where Rod Rosenstein is facing impeachment. We have Peter Strzok testifying today behind closed doors. And once Peter Strzok testifies, I mean, it's game over. And there's only so much, like, they're not slick. They're not slick. That's the thing is, they're like, they're like, well, how, this has been, I can't drink on camera. No, I can't. Keith. Thank you, Keith. This was awesome. You're awesome. We're awesome. Everyone is super awesome. Keep it up. Thank you, Keith. And Keith Bloom, I agree 100% with you. And Aunt Lloyd, go to sleep. I am going to go to sleep soon. Yes, Keith Bloom. It's great speaking with you because It's great speaking with everyone here. Keith, you're 100% right. Thank you so much also. Meow 1124. Thank you so much for the hard work you put into keeping all us informed. Well, I appreciate that. Meow 1124. Thank you. And Keith Bloom, thank you so much. Hello from Hong Kong. Hello, Hong Kong. You know, it's not a good feeling to feel that people who are very powerful are getting away with things that you could never get away with, that I could never get away with, nor would I want to get away with them, nor would you want to get away with them. And it's not a good feeling when you have, you know, elites or people in power continually, overtly committing crimes, and then stating that Trump is committing crimes when he's not, and they don't even know a crime. They have no idea, they have no evidence of anything. It's completely fabricated. But with Clinton, there's a mountain of evidence and a little rug up top. And thank you, Scott, thank you everyone who's been with me for so long. Pert Near, thank you. Thank you. Pert Near, thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and do my HA After Dark every night. Every night, because definitely for people who are, you know, who have trouble sleeping like me, just, you know, I call myself a Jewish squirrel. I'm like, Jewish guy like a squirrel, always looking around at night. Breadwindow 7, I like how you aren't a partisan cult member. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm voting for Trump. Thank you. Thank you so much. Pert Near, thank you. And yeah, you know, Breadwindow 7, you know what the interesting thing is? It's a cult. The left is a cult. The right is not a cult. The right has a value system or ideas that, you know, you can debate. The left doesn't have a value system, doesn't really have ideas. I mean, they have ideas, they do have a value system, yes, but there's a cult mentality. So if you don't agree, or if you try to find some nuance, you are then the extreme, the absolute extreme in terms of hyperbole of something horrible and evil. That's why they run by euphemism, because people on the left utilize euphemisms because euphemisms are all encompassing words that encompass a whole bunch of meanings. So you can use a euphemism. George Orwell called euphemisms verbal refuse. You can use a euphemism to just stifle any thought process because there's so many meanings to the euphemism. So I'm a Jewish guy. If I'm debating some, like, you know, anarchist or some far left person who even hates Bernie Sanders, they'll say, well, you're a Nazi sympathizer. And then I'll say, well, I'm Jewish. So, well, you're voting for Trump. Well, yeah. Well, Trump is a Nazi. Oh, okay. So their mindset, they've even made the word Nazi into a euphemism. So it's just anything they disagree with or their political ideology is wrapped into a whole bunch of different phrases and words that have endless meaning, where they can just not think and not and then it's all also, they have this complex or this like desire, this fetish of being morally superior. They have to. Democrats and people on the left exist to tell you and me how horrible we are as human beings. That's why they don't understand hypocrisy. So when they get caught writing anti-gay posts or racist posts or sexist posts or whatever, or saying things that they would eviscerate and condemn others for saying, they then could just say, you know, oh, please give me compassion. But they ask for the compassion they would never give to others. Newspeak, yes, exactly. Exactly, the deplorable. Everyone's a deplorable. Everyone's a deplorable. And so, Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end this. Thank you so much. God bless. Thank you so much for watching. You're all absolutely wonderful. And I mean, my God, we have 800 people on here, and it's the middle of the night in YouTube or the morning where you're at. But I want to thank you. Please hit subscribe. Share this segment. If you're new to H.A. Goodman on YouTube, hit subscribe. Let your friends know. And I will be going ahead and getting shirts soon, hopefully. But thank you so much. Tomorrow, Peter Strzok testifies. Should be very, very interesting. Have sweet dreams. I'll see you tomorrow evening as well. Thank you so much for watching. You guys and gals are amazing. Thank you.